Hey guys, welcome back to Nerds in Nutrition and welcome to this channel if you're new. My name is Leslie and today I just want to welcome you back to this channel and I want to catch you up on some things that have been going on in my life. Today we are finally going to talk about some nutrition and I just want to catch you up on some test results that I have recently gotten from my doctor. So obviously by the title of this video, I have food allergies. So what does that mean for my diet? What diet changes have I made? Am I still vegan? Yes. That's not changing. But this is all very exciting, guys, so let's get into it. First, let me give you a little bit of a background of some of the health issues that I had been struggling with for several months. Probably in January or February of this year, I had a skin infection. I went to my PCP. They ran a culture on it, and it turned out to be a staph infection. I have no clue where that came from. The PCP put me on a round of antibiotics, which didn't take care of it. They put me on another round of antibiotics, which still didn't take care of it. The PCP then sent me to my dermatologist, and I went there twice. They gave me nothing but topical creams to put on the skin, which again did absolutely nothing. And at that point, the dermatologist was really confused. They then put me on a month-long course of antibiotics, which completely just destroyed my gut flora. Even though I was supplementing with probiotics and still drinking my water kefir, my stomach was just not happy. And even after a month-long of antibiotics, the infection was still there. And trust me guys, I was keeping up on hygiene. I was just so frustrated with feeling like the medical system was failing me. I wasn't getting answers from either of my doctors, and these were the people that were supposed to help me stay healthy. And so a friend of mine had referred me to her naturopathic doctor, Dr. Noah Erickson, and I visited him a few months ago for a consultation. And I was blown away, guys. It was phenomenal. It was about time that I had finally seen a naturopathic doctor. And our first session was an hour and a half long, which that in itself is amazing. Seeing how the average doctor's appointment is only 7 minutes long, during which you can get nothing accomplished. But our first session was incredible. I was able to tell him about my entire medical history, all the way from birth to present time. And he asked me about my diet. He was actually really happy to hear that I was vegan. During this appointment, I explained to my doctor some of the other symptoms that I had been having. I had been getting these random fake paper cuts on the ends of these 4 fingers, my thumbs and my index fingers. And yes, I have a desk job, but no, I don't touch paper. I am on a computer all day. I don't wash my hands too much, so my hands weren't dry. And these paper cuts would just appear out of nowhere. They would be very painful. It often hurt to wash my hair. There was a lot of palm action going on in the shower. And so after a few days, the paper cuts would go away, and then a couple days later, they would be right back and just appear out of nowhere. I was also having a lot of bloating and stomach cramps. I had initially thought maybe I had an issue with gluten. So after telling my doctor all of these things, the fake paper cuts, the staph infection, the issues with my gut, he decided that it would be best for me to get a slew of tests done. So I had a blood, urine, and stool sample all taken. And from that, I learned more than I have ever known about my body. And guys, it is phenomenal, everything that I learned. So what's going on with my body? According to my results, I have, drumroll please, Candida, leaky gut syndrome, and food allergies. Allergies to foods that I had been eating on a regular basis. So let's start with the first one, Candida. What is Candida? It's an overgrowth of yeast in the intestines. And I had been eating a lot of processed foods. I had been eating sugary foods, and I had been eating a lot of processed grains that ultimately just turn to sugar in the body. And all of those things feed Candida. And it's no wonder, because I had been on so many courses of antibiotics to try and clear up my skin infection. My gut flora had already been decimated by the antibiotics, and then I had coupled that with a very poor diet of processed junk food, and that just fed the candida. So now I am eating SOS free to kill that candida. What about the leaky gut syndrome? First off, what is it? Our intestinal walls normally have tight junctions, and after we eat foods on a regular basis that cause chronic inflammation of the intestinal walls, those junctions will eventually start to loosen and split, and therefore it prevents your body from digesting and absorbing your nutrients from your food, and it also allows those nutrients to pass into your bloodstream. So with that said, I have intestinal hyperpermeability, aka leaky gut syndrome. And because of that, I am deficient in pancreatic elastase. It is an enzyme needed to break down proteins in the body. Therefore, I am also deficient in several amino acids, and I am also deficient in my long-chain fatty acids. So because of this leaky gut syndrome, even though now I'm eating healthy food, my food is still going through my system and it's not being digested and absorbed as well as it should be. But it's all fixable, guys. The great news is everything that I'm talking about tonight is totally fixable through diet. I do want to reiterate that I am not deficient in anything because I'm on a vegan diet. I am deficient in nutrients because I have leaky gut syndrome. I had been eating processed junk and foods that I was allergic to, and I didn't know I was allergic to. And that chronic inflammation has really played havoc with my intestines. And now I'm just starting the process of healing my intestines. So I am absolutely still staying on a vegan diet. It's the healthiest thing that I can be doing for my body. I'm just cutting out these inflammatory foods and putting the foods in that are going to heal my body from inside out. Last but not least, let's talk about these food allergies. This, my friends, is what really took me by surprise. Turns out that I am severely allergic to egg whites and moderately allergic to egg yolks, which honestly, guys, I haven't eaten those things for almost 15 months now, so that hasn't been an issue for over a year. But here's where it gets interesting. I am also mildly allergic to navy and pinto beans. Kind of a bummer, but fortunately they're not huge staples in my diet, so I don't have an issue with cutting those out. I have all the other beans that I can enjoy. I am also highly allergic to almonds. Now looking back at what I had been eating during that month and a half when I was having a lot of gastrointestinal issues, I had been eating occasionally animal crackers with almond butter as like an after dinner dessert / snack. And that's when I had developed these fake paper cuts on my fingers. That's when I had the bloating and the cramping. It all makes sense. And funny thing is, guys, is I am not allergic to wheat at all. I had no allergic response to wheat, but almonds I can't touch anymore, and that's kind of a bummer. But the real bummer, guys, is I'm also allergic to soy. So there goes all of the processed alternatives, or a good majority of them, and soy sauce and tofu and edamame and tempeh. Oh man, guys. But regardless, I'm viewing this as a positive because if anything, this forces me to take even better care of my body. I am now limited to more whole foods, and that's exactly what we all need to be eating. Now I just don't have a choice. Actually, I do have a choice. I can certainly eat these things that I'm allergic to, but I won't feel good, I'll be unhealthy, and I won't be happy. So yes, it'll take a little bit of a learning curve, and it'll take a little bit of time, and it'll take some more label reading to try and relearn the foods that I can and can't eat now. But once I learned that, just like we all learned how to transition to a plant-based diet, I can learn how to do this. No worries. Now that I know I have food allergies, how exactly has my diet changed? I am now eating SOS-free, salt, oil, and sugar-free as much as possible. I am taking supplements right now to kill the candida, to help build up the good bacteria in my gut. I'm also on a supplement to help detox my liver. My liver is incredibly backed up right now because of my leaky gut syndrome. All of the nutrients that should have been digested and absorbed in my intestines they've been floating around in my bloodstream, and my liver has just become too toxic and my body is not able to detox as it should. So I'm also taking a supplement to help detox my liver, and then that way it'll help clean my entire bloodstream. And I'm also taking a supplement to help heal my intestinal walls. And once my leaky gut syndrome is gone and I've killed the candida and I'm no longer eating these foods that I'm allergic to for a longer period of time, my entire system will just fall into place where it should be. I've actually already noticed a huge difference this past week that I have been supplementing to heal the issues in my body, and I've also cleaned up my diet. I saw my doctor last Thursday, I got the news, and then that evening I made an SOS-free meal, and I haven't stopped since. Since then, in a week, I have lost another 3.5, maybe 4 pounds. Guys, the weight has been coming off so easily lately. I mean, I'm doing very minimal effort. I haven't been rebounding every day like I like to, but I've still been getting in exercise, whether that's some yoga poses or just taking an extra walk during the day. I've still been trying to stay active, but my diet has played a huge role, guys. Now that I'm not eating processed foods, I'm not eating salt, oil, sugar, my body feels incredible. A big thing that I noticed was my sense of smell has really come back. Turns out that I am deficient in zinc because of my leaky gut syndrome, and zinc plays a huge role in your sense of smell. So I had been blaming my lack of smell on seasonal allergies, even though that has never happened to me before. Even at the height of my allergies, since I was a little girl, I've always been able to smell, but my sense of smell has been drastically reduced, and it has also affected my sense of taste. But this past week, now that I've been supplementing and eating healthy, my sense of smell is coming back, which is also improving my taste. I've had more energy. Now let me talk about the energy, guys. Let's talk insomnia. Yeah. Lately, I've had so much energy. I've been staying up till 11:30, sometimes midnight, practicing my headstands because that's how much energy I have. I'm not getting tired throughout the day. My energy is staying consistent. I'm clear mentally. Here's an incredible thing that I would really like to do a separate video on is my asthma. My asthma has been non-existent lately. I haven't had any asthma issues, and I haven't been taking my asthma medication for probably over a month now. A few things that I would like you to take away from this video today. One, you definitely cannot self-diagnose. I know sometimes it's tempting whenever there's something wrong with our bodies, we just hop on Google and we start typing away, and the hypochondriac in us is telling us all kinds of horrible things. And oftentimes, we misdiagnose. Had I continued to just think that I had a gluten intolerance or sensitivity, I would have cut out the wheat, which I'm not allergic to, and continued to eat the soy and the almonds, which I'm very allergic to, and my issues would have stayed and have gotten worse. A second thing that I would like to express in this video is don't be afraid to continue to seek out help when you feel like your doctors may not be helping you as much as you need. And don't be afraid to try an alternative practitioner like a naturopathic doctor. You may be very surprised at how well it goes and how much you learn. And last, I have to express that it's never too late to take charge of your health. Actually, now is the perfect time to take charge of your health. You may be unknowingly feeding your body things that are causing chronic inflammation and not know it. And these foods can break down your system after time, and after a while your body will start to give you signs that it's not happy, that there is something wrong, and please do not ignore those signs. Our bodies are incredible machines. I've said this before and I will reiterate it as much as possible. I truly believe that we are like Wolverine. We just work a lot slower than he does. Wolverine has his incredible healing powers. He can take a hit and keep going and start healing it right away. Whereas we do damage to our bodies, we take damage, and it takes us days, weeks, months, and even years to heal that damage. But it is possible if we simply give our bodies the proper environments that they need to heal themselves. And the best way to do that is through diet. I will definitely keep you guys updated on my progress throughout this journey. I am so excited to finally know what's going on with my body, because now I know how to heal it. And I tell you what, guys, this is an incredible feeling. I know how good I feel after 1 week of working at this. I cannot wait to know how I feel after a month, after a year. I feel like I may be unstoppable at some point. The power of plants is incredible. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really hope that you got something from this video. If you have any questions about the tests that I went through, about finding a naturopathic doctor, or if you have any questions about my results, I am more than happy to go into more detail for you. Just leave me a comment down below and I will certainly get back to you. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves. You know the deal. We are changing culture one plate at a time. Until next time.